the cycle of life and death, the journey of the soul. There is a silence that lives between the breath of birth and the stillness of death. It is the silence of eternity, the place where all beings come from and return to in this life. We are born, we laugh, we cry, we love, we lose. We see the sunrise and the sunset, and we believe these two are separate. But in truth, they are one continuous circle, the rhythm of life and death, the endless dance of becoming and returning. The Buddha once said, just as a flame passes from one lamp to another, so too does consciousness continue beyond death. Death is not the end. It is simply a doorway, a change of form, a gentle movement from one shore to the next. When a tree sheds its leaves, we do not say the tree has died. We know that in spring, new leaves will come. When a wave falls back into the sea, we do not mourn. We know that it has become one with the ocean again. So too with human life. The body may dissolve, but the essence, the consciousness, continues, seeking new forms, new lessons, new beginnings. We call this endless journey Samsara, the wheel of birth and death. Each turn of the wheel is guided by karma, the sum of our thoughts, words, and deeds. What we plant in this life will blossom in the next. Love returns as love. Hate returns as hate. Understanding returns as peace. Ignorance returns as pain. This is not punishment. Just as rain nourishes the soil, our actions shape the path of the soul. When someone we love passes away, the heart breaks open. We cling to their voice, their touch, their laughter. We cry because the form we knew has vanished. But if we look deeply, we will see nothing is truly lost. The person we love has simply changed form. They are now the breeze that touches your cheek, the light that filters through morning clouds, the quiet voice in your dream that says, I am still here. When the Buddha's disciples wept at his passing, he said gently, why do you cry for what was never truly born and will never truly die? He wanted them to see beyond the veil of appearance, to the timeless nature of existence. Everything that has a beginning has an end. Everything that ends gives birth to something new. This is the law of the universe, the rhythm of impermanence. If we can accept this, we no longer fear death, because we understand that death is only transformation. The river flows endlessly, but its water is never the same. So too, life flows, and yet each moment is a new birth. Every breath you take is a small death and a small rebirth. The old breath leaves, the new one arrives, and life continues. The Buddha taught that what we call self is not fixed. It is a combination of body, feeling, perception, thoughts, and consciousness, ever changing, ever moving. When the body dies, the stream of consciousness continues, carrying with it the seeds of all past actions, seeking a new form where those seeds can ripen. If the seeds are of kindness, the next life will bloom in peace. If the seeds are of hatred, the next life will bloom in pain. So the wise cultivate love, for love carries beyond the grave. There are those who fear death because they think it is darkness, a void, a nothingness. But the Buddha saw death as a great teacher, the mirror that shows us the truth of life. Without death, we would never understand the value of a single breath. Without endings, we would not appreciate beginnings. Death reminds us that everything we love is precious because it will pass. If you live each day as if it were your last, you will live without regret. You will love more deeply, forgive more easily, and walk more gently on this earth. The soul, this stream of consciousness, does not belong to me or you. It is part of something vast, like drops of water flowing in a great river. When one drop falls, another rises. The river never ends. We come and go, but the river flows on forever, carrying the song of life. In this endless flow, we have been many things: a mother, a child, a friend, a stranger, a bird, a tree, a drop of rain. Each life, each form, is a chapter in the same great story. When you hurt another being, you are hurting yourself in another form. When you show compassion, you are loving yourself across time. That is why the Buddha said, "See yourself in all beings and see all beings within yourself." To understand rebirth is to understand the continuity of love. The love you give today does not die with your body. It moves on, becomes part of the great current of compassion that nourishes the world. If you plant a tree today, even if you die tomorrow, its shade will bless others for generations. That tree is your continuation. So is every kind word, every act. You live on in every soul you touch. When a loved one leaves this world, remember, they have not disappeared. They have only gone ahead. The journey continues. You may not see them with your eyes, but you can feel them in your heart. They are the whisper in the wind, the scent of flowers after rain, the warmth that rises when you close your eyes. Their consciousness travels, but love remains always. If you wish to honor them, live beautifully, speak kindly, love fully, because your peace is also theirs. The Buddha once told his disciples, "If you truly wish to know where you will be reborn, look at what fills your heart now. Your future is woven from the threads of this very moment. Therefore, live with awareness. Every thought is a seed, every action a direction. If your heart is filled with love, your path will lead you toward light. If it is filled with hatred, you will walk again through shadow until you learn to love. This is not fate, but freedom, because you have the power to choose. When you understand the nature of rebirth, you no longer fear death. You see it as a pause, a deep breath between one life and the next. And with that understanding, you begin to live differently. You stop chasing what is fleeting. You stop clinging to what is changing. You begin to value what is eternal, the goodness of the heart, the clarity of the mind, the tenderness of compassion. The wise do not ask, "What will happen after I die?" They ask, "How shall I live while I am alive?" Because how you live is the answer to what becomes of you. When the body grows old and frail, do not despair. It is the natural cycle, like leaves falling to feed the earth. When you let go of the body, you will not fall into darkness. You will fall into light. You will remember your true nature, boundless, radiant, free. Death is only terrifying to those who believe they are only the body. But you are not the body. You are the consciousness that witnesses it. You are the light behind the eyes, the awareness that cannot be destroyed. When the candle burns out, its flame is not gone. It has simply moved into the vast sky. The Buddha described nirvana as the end of the cycle of birth and death, the end of craving, the stillness of perfect peace. But this does not mean annihilation. It means awakening. It is when the soul realizes that it was never truly separate from the infinite, just as a drop of water realizes it is the ocean. The enlightened mind realizes it has always been eternal. To reach this awakening, we must live with mindfulness, act with compassion, and let go of attachment. Then life and death lose their difference. Both become parts of the same song. When you meditate on death, you learn to love life more deeply. When you understand impermanence, you stop wasting time. Every smile, every breath, every moment becomes sacred. Look at a flower. It blooms and it fades. Yet in its short life, it gives beauty to the world. Be like that flower. Bloom while you can. Give love. Then, when your time comes, let go gracefully, knowing you will bloom again elsewhere. The Buddha said, "This body will fall, but the spirit will rise like the moon from behind the clouds. So do not fear the night. Do not fear the end. You have walked through countless lives before, and you will walk again until wisdom dawns. Each lifetime is a classroom, each experience a lesson. Through joy and sorrow, through gain and loss, we grow until one day we awaken and realize we were never lost at all. To understand life and death is to live without fear, to see death not as destruction, but as continuation, is to live with courage and peace. Let your life be a bridge between the two worlds, life and death, birth and rebirth, light and shadow. The Buddha's light shines not because he lived, but because he awakened, because he saw that nothing truly dies. All that exists simply transforms. You are that light. You are that consciousness that moves from form to form, learning, loving, awakening. When you leave this world, may your heart be light. May you carry no hatred, no regret, no fear. May your last breath be a smile, and your first in the next life be peace. And when you return again, may you remember that love is stronger than death, and compassion never ends. Amid this ever-changing life, there exists a gentle yet boundless strength, a strength that needs no sword, no power, no loud voice, and yet it can melt away all hatred, soothe all pain. That strength is compassion. Compassion is not made of beautiful words, but of a heart that trembles at the suffering of others. When you see someone in pain, you do not turn away. When you see an animal being hurt, you cannot ignore it. When you hear the earth crying, you pause and listen. The Buddha taught, there is no path that leads to compassion, for compassion itself is the path. He did not teach us to love only those who are kind to us. He taught us to love even those who bring us pain, for they are the ones who need love the most. Someone once asked the Buddha, "Lord, how can I stop being angry?" The Buddha smiled and said, "When you understand the suffering of the other, your anger will disappear." Compassion begins with understanding. Without understanding, love is only emotion, fragile and fleeting. But when you understand that another is suffering, your heart naturally softens. The one who insults you may be suffering deeply inside. The one who harms you may never have been loved. The one who is cold may once have been hurt beyond words. When you can see that truth, you no longer wish to retaliate. You only wish for them to find peace. There were those who tried to harm the Buddha, who threw stones at him and slandered him. But he only looked upon them with eyes full of compassion and said, "They act not because they hate me, but because they do not understand me." When they understand, they will stop. That is compassion in action. No resistance, no hatred, only the radiant light of love and wisdom. Compassion is not weakness. Compassion is the strength of one who has understood the nature of suffering. Those who possess compassion no longer fear being hurt, for they know that no one can truly harm a peaceful mind. When we practice compassion, we are healing ourselves. Each time we give rise to love, a little hatred within us dissolves. Each time we help someone overcome their pain, we take one more step out of our own. True compassion makes no distinction between close or distant. It is not limited to humans. It embraces all beings. A small bird, a stray dog, a dying tree, all deserve love, because every life longs to be at peace once. The Buddha bent down to pick up a worm dying on the road and gently placed it on the grass by the path. He said, "Every life is equally precious. Love as if you were loving yourself." When we learn to love all beings, our hearts expand like the sky. Nothing can hurt us anymore, because we see that we and all beings are not separate. When we cause pain to others, we are hurting ourselves. When we save a life, we are saving our own heart. Someone asked, "When will this world be free from violence?" The Buddha replied, "Only when people learn to love will violence have no ground to stand on, because compassion is the fire of light, and hatred is darkness. When light appears, darkness vanishes. Compassion is not a theory, it is a way of living. It is a gentle smile when someone frowns. It is saying sorry when you know you are wrong. It is offering a hand to someone in despair. It is listening when someone needs to be heard. These small acts are the seeds of compassion," the Buddha said. "Begin by loving yourself. If you cannot love yourself, how can you love another? When you keep blaming or punishing yourself, your love cannot grow. Forgive yourself. Accept that you, too, have made mistakes, have been ignorant. Then, from there, begin to love. To practice compassion is a journey of understanding and transformation. No one is born knowing how to love rightly. We learn day by day, through every tear, through every fall. When a child falls, you lift them up. When someone is lost, you light them a lamp. When someone speaks harshly, you smile and let it pass. This is the daily practice of compassion. Compassion does not ask you to be great. It only asks for a heart that feels the suffering of others. And from that heart, light spreads everywhere. A warm gaze can soothe a wounded soul. A small act can save a life. And one loving person can change the world around them. The Buddha once said, "A single flame of compassion can burn away a whole forest of hatred." If each of us lights a single flame, there will be no darkness left in this world. Begin where you are. Love the person beside you. Love the small creature at your feet. Love your tired heart. When you love, you do not need to speak. The light of love spreads on its own. It needs no sound, no reason, only presence. Someone asked, "If I love too much, won't I be hurt?" The Buddha answered, "If it is true love, you will not be hurt, because true love expects nothing in return." Unconditional love is an inexhaustible source of energy. It does not depend on what others do or say. It simply flows. To love is to give, and in giving, you also receive. You receive peace, the kind that nothing in this world can give you. When you nurture compassion, you will never feel alone again, because every living being becomes a part of you. You see a trembling cat in the rain, and you want to shelter it. You see a beggar by the road, and you want to share your bread. That is the Buddha smiling within you. When your heart is full of love, the world becomes gentle. Bird song becomes like chanting. Raindrops become like music. Even pain becomes a soft lesson. Compassion does not make us run away from suffering. It helps us walk through it peacefully. Because when we love, we no longer fear loss. We understand that everything is impermanent and only love endures. A person may achieve wealth and fame, but without compassion, they remain poor in spirit. On the other hand, someone who owns nothing but loves others sincerely is the richest person in the world. The Buddha taught, if you wish to be happy, bring happiness to others. If you wish to be at peace, bring peace to all beings. There is no greater joy than the joy of giving. There is no deeper peace than seeing others free from suffering. Remember, compassion is not only meditation in silence, but action in everyday life. It is how you treat others gently, how you respect animals, how you are grateful to the earth and sky. When you love all beings, the universe loves you in return. Because compassion is the language of the universe. It needs no words, only sincerity. Live in such a way that wherever you go, the trees feel comfort, the birds feel safe, and people feel warmth in your presence. That is the breath of compassion. It makes no noise, yet it heals. It rushes nowhere, yet it reaches the deepest parts of the soul. Finally, remember the Buddha's words. Compassion is the sun that drives away darkness. Compassion is the path that leads us back to ourselves. When you love one person, you open the door to love the whole world. When you love one animal, you learn to cherish all life. And when you love yourself, you plant the seed of peace for all beings. Let compassion be your breath each day. Let the light of compassion flow through every word, every action, every glance. Because only when humanity learns to love can this world truly be healed. May all beings, wherever they are, whoever they are, be safe, be loved, and know how to love.